He is 21, third in the championship, fast enough to terrify veterans, and already speaking about shorter careers. That is the wound. Not a crash, not a fracture, a confession. Pedro Acosta looked at the most glamorous seat in motorcycle racing and described a clock ticking louder than the engines. The Paddock sells youth as immortality. It always does. New kid arrives, sharp elbows, fast wrists, big smile. Then the posters go up and everyone pretends time only attacks older men. Acosta just broke the script. He did not speak like a rookie intoxicated by speed. He spoke like a worker reading the safety manual after seeing blood on the floor. He said the danger is not 360 kilometers per hour on the straight. He pointed to the corners. That matters because straights create headlines, corners create consequences. Top speed looks dramatic on television. Corner speed snaps shoulders, wrists, knees, instincts. The violence is quieter and more expensive. Acosta named the bill while others were still admiring the fireworks. He also said every day now matters. Friday decides Q2 survival. Saturday decides grid and sprint points. Sunday decides reputations and contracts. There is no soft lap in that structure. No weekend where a rider can build pace slowly, feel grip, breathe into rhythm. Every session is an exam graded at 200 miles per hour. He is not whining. He is describing factory labor with cameras attached. That lands harder because this is Acosta saying it, not a veteran with scar tissue and old grudges. Not a rider sliding down the grid blaming modernity for his own decline. This is the kid built in pressure, Moto3 champion, Moto2 champion. The same rider who won on a 765cc Moto2 bike without wings, without ride height devices, without the electronic theater now sold as progress. If he says the current load is unnatural, dismissing him gets harder. And there is another cut underneath it. He knows what comes next, the 850cc era. Smaller engines, lower weight, different tires, less aero influence, no rear ride height devices. Everyone talks as if reduced displacement automatically means reduced danger. Acosta did not endorse the fairy tale. He said he was curious. That word was cleaner than panic and sharper than optimism. Curious means nobody truly knows. Curious means engineers are guessing in public clothes. Curious means riders are being asked to trust a future not yet ridden. Curious means the sport is changing the weapons while still increasing the number of battles. That is not reassurance. That is managed uncertainty. Then there is the standings. After 3 rounds, he sat third on 60 points, behind Bezzecchi on 81 and Martin on 77. Productive start, respectable numbers. Yet even while scoring, he is discussing limits. That should scare KTM more than a bad qualifying result. Riders usually complain most when losing. Acosta is speaking while competitive. Pain voiced during success is usually the honest kind. Every factory hearing those quotes received 2 messages. Message 1, Acosta sees the sport clearly. Message 2, Acosta will not donate himself blindly to any system forever. Talents like that are valuable and dangerous. They win races, then start asking who profits from the schedule. The public hears maturity. GP24 hears early scar tissue. A rider this young should be obsessed with overtakes, titles, and humiliating elders. Instead, he is discussing lifespan. That means the sport has accelerated the psychological damage faster than the birthdays. And yes, the Ducati links matter. If he lands beside Marc Marquez in 2027, the pressure ceiling rises again. New bike era, biggest garage, strongest teammate, global spotlight. If Acosta is already measuring stress before entering that furnace, then the furnace is real. MotoGP will celebrate his honesty, repost the quotes, and move on to the next promo clip. That is what institutions do when warned. They market the warning. The real cut is simpler. When the youngest wolf on the grid starts talking about how long wolves survive, winter is already inside the paddock. They will tell you this is evolution. More rounds, more races, more action, more content. Humans love adding numbers to things and calling it progress. But Acosta's complaint was not about arithmetic. It was about machinery, not the bike, the system wrapped around it. MotoGP once allowed recovery inside a weekend. A rider could miss the first feeling on Friday, adjust geometry, understand tire wear, then build toward Sunday. That space is dying. Friday now decides access to Q2. Fail there, and your weekend begins from the back foot. Saturday offers qualifying, then a sprint where points and headlines move immediately. Sunday remains the main race. 3 separate courts, sentence delivered daily. That structure changes rider behavior before a wheel turns. If every session matters, every lap becomes negotiation with fear. Do I push now on cold tires because Friday matters? Do I attack in a sprint because sponsors watch Saturday too? Do I risk turn 1 in the main race after already absorbing 2 days of stress? Acosta did not describe fatigue. He described permanent escalation. The paddock often frames crashes as individual mistakes. Rider error, too greedy, misjudged grip, convenient story. Cleaner for everyone with logos to protect. But repeated risk environments manufacture errors. If you build a championship where hesitation costs positions, points, and contracts, riders stop hesitating. Then officials act shocked when physics sends invoices. That is why his corner speed point matters more than the headline speed figure. Straights are simple. Brake marker, draft, exit. Corners are layered violence. Lean angle, front load, tire edge, aero wake, body transfer, split-second commitment. Raise average corner aggression across 22 weekends, and the body does not merely tire. It accumulates damage in invisible installments. Look at the current grid. Shoulders rebuilt, wrists repaired, ankles strapped. Riders returning fit because elite sport redefines words until they mean nothing. Someone can barely sleep from pain and still be called race ready. Acosta knows this culture. Every young star learns quickly that toughness is applauded right until it becomes expensive. Then comes 2027. New 850cc rules, lighter minimum weight, reduced aero, no ride height devices, Pirelli tires. Fans imagine simpler bikes and cleaner racing. Maybe. Or maybe teams claw back lap time elsewhere, loading corners harder, demanding more commitment, chasing gains with fresh geometry traps. Motorsport regulation changes rarely remove pressure. They relocate it. Acosta's Moto2 history sharpens the point. He already won on smaller, less gadget-heavy machinery. So if he sounds uncertain now, it is not because he fears reduced engine size. He knows how to ride lighter bikes. What he doubts is what factories will do in pursuit of the lost tenths. Sensible concern. Engineers are artists of unintended consequences. And notice who benefits from silence if riders do not speak. Promoters sell expanded calendars. Broadcasters sell more race weekends. Factories gain more exposure. Sponsors gain more activation days, a phrase so bleak it should come with legal counsel. The rider gains money, fame, and a shorter shelf life if the balance breaks. Acosta has identified the mechanism without using the word. The danger is not one corner or one engine formula. The danger is incentive design. Everyone above the rider is rewarded when the calendar grows and every session matters. Only the rider pays in cartilage, concentration, and career length. By word 1 of his remarks, many heard maturity. By word 800 of reality, it sounds more like whistleblowing. And if a 21-year-old already understands the trap, imagine how obvious it looks to the men limping quietly through it. MotoGP's next era is not being shaped by engine capacity. It is being shaped by leverage. Acosta's comments matter because they came from a rider the future needs more than the future needs him. He is not some fading veteran bargaining for sympathy. He is one of the grid's most marketable assets, already third after 3 rounds on 60 points, while Bezzecchi led with 81 and Martin chased on 77. Young, fast, charismatic, multilingual, aggressive. The championship can replace many things. Riders like that are harder to replace. When even that profile starts discussing shorter careers, the labor market just spoke. Factories know it. Ducati reportedly circles him for 2027. KTM knows the danger of losing him. Honda and Yamaha know talents of that level redraw plans across departments. Acosta is not merely a rider now. He is a pressure index wearing leathers. Where he goes tells you where confidence lives. That makes his safety remarks doubly sharp. If the rider with options says the system is too intense, the riders without options hear it too. They just cannot afford microphones. A backmarker fighting for renewal cannot publicly question calendars or formats the same way a superstar can. Acosta used status many others do not yet possess. Now trace the power transfer. Promoters expanded weekends. Sprint races multiplied inventory. Factories demanded constant results. Media turned every Friday into crisis theater. Riders adapted because refusing means replacement. Then one of the youngest stars publicly says the stress has a limit. That is not complaint. That is resistance entering the open. The 850cc change will be marketed as safer because top speed may drop. Neat story. But if lighter bikes, new tires, reduced aero, and relentless scheduling still demand maximum attack every day, danger simply changes clothes. Acosta knows this. He never blamed only the straight. He blamed the corner and the calendar. Physics and psychology together. That is the full indictment. There is also a personal consequence no one enjoys naming. If Acosta joins factory Ducati beside Marc Marquez, he enters the most ruthless garage in the sport during a regulation reset. New bikes, new data war, new hierarchy fight. Marc does not donate oxygen. Ducati does not reward sentiment. If Acosta already values longevity, he may soon have to choose between preservation and total immersion. Both choices bleed, and Marc's shadow matters here. The older champion represents the previous model of greatness. Absorb pain, ride through damage, survive chaos, keep winning. Acosta may represent the next model, elite talent that questions whether martyrdom is intelligent business. If so, MotoGP is approaching a cultural split as much as a technical one. Unused truth now deployed. Careers are not shortened only by crashes. They are shortened by years compressed into months. Endless travel. Constant scrutiny, no low-stakes sessions, repeated micro-risk until instinct frays. The body often breaks last. So ask the uncomfortable question the paddock would rather dodge. If the sport must burn through its brightest 21-year-olds faster to keep the content machine fed, who exactly is the World Championship for? GP24 doesn't cover MotoGP. We cover its war.